Hello everyone and welcome to another video on JavaScript programming. Kaushal this side from SimplyCode, and today we are going to discuss regular expressions in JavaScript. Before we begin, make sure that you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and press that bell icon to never miss an update from SimplyCode. So without any further delay, let's get started. Now, have you guys ever heard about validation or pattern matching in JavaScript? We come across these terms when we hear about passwords mostly, right? So we say that we can use the if-else statement to match if the user's password matches with the one we already have. For that, we write if password is equals to some sort of string or characters. And then we see if the password matches, we'll let the user enter, otherwise the entry will be denied. So we are discussing all that because regular expressions are objects used to perform pattern matching. Or if we want to search for something in a string, or even if we want to replace something from a string, we can do it all with regular expressions. So we'll go through the syntax for regular expressions and some more important things about regular expressions in JavaScript. So regular expressions are present in almost every programming language. It's not limited to JavaScript only. And the concept remains the same everywhere. The syntax may differ a bit between different languages, but the logic behind them will always be the same. The name might be a little bit confusing, but the reality is entirely different. They are pretty easy to use, and if you understand the basics clearly, you'll face no problem while working on advanced topics. So let's go through the regular expressions before we move on to validations using regular expressions in JavaScript. So let's understand the concept entirely so that it will be easy for you guys in further videos. So consider a scenario where we have a string and we want to find a particular word in that string. Or we can say we are in a static website. I hope you guys are aware of the term static, where we have the search option to find some word in the entire HTML document. We have to write the word in the search box and it will return us the location of that word in the HTML file or in the website, right? What we'll do now is we'll use a word and we'll find that word in a string. We'll make some changes to that word with the help of several functions used along with regular expressions in JavaScript. So the syntax for regular expressions goes like this. We'll move to a JavaScript file and we'll take a variable here. So let's say the variable is var regex, and we use 2 forward slashes for it. Generally we use the double slash for comments, but it will be recognized as a regular expression in JavaScript if we write something inside these double slashes. So let's say we are writing something here. Let's say we write here hello. Now this word hello is present inside the variable regex, and this word needs to be searched in a string. So let's use a string as well. So for that we'll write here where, let's say the string name is str1. Let's say we are writing here welcome to a YouTube channel, full stop. Say hello if you are new here. Fine. So let's say this is the string we have. Now this string contains the word hello in it. All we have to keep in mind is to add the main keyword in the string for now. Moving ahead, what we want to do is we want to find this word in the string, right? We want to find this hello word in the string. So next up we'll go through certain essential functions which we use with regular expressions, and we'll see the functioning of these essential functions. The first function is the exec function. So let me write here, guys. This is the first function, exec function. Now this function returns an array if the word is present in the string. Otherwise it will return null if the word is not present in the string. The syntax is pretty straightforward. All we have to do is to use the exec function with the variable that contains the regular expression. Now in this case the word regex contains the regular expression. We have to use it with the function, and the string name will be passed as a parameter to this function. So let's write the syntax here and it will be easy for you guys. So let's comment it out and we'll write here, let's say we are taking another variable var output. We'll write here the variable name dot function name. We'll write here exec, and the string will be passed as a parameter. Fine. So this is the syntax. Now this output variable over here will have an array, and the array will return the index number of the word hello in the string. Fine. So let's print this array on the console and we'll write here console.log output. Fine. Save it and open the console. So we'll move to a browser and we'll open console here. See here we have an array, and if we click on this array we can see that we have the word hello at index 36. So if we count from here, and the counting should start from 0 because array index always starts from 0. So at index 36 we can find that hello is over here, and so it will return the index of this particular word. Now if we write here something else other than hello, let's say we are writing here 2. Save it now, and you can see here we have 2 present at index 8. So if we count from here we can see that 2 is present at index 8. So this is working totally fine. Now another scenario is if we write here 2 with a capital T. Save it now, and you can see here the output is null. Why so? Because regular expressions in JavaScript are case sensitive. Case sensitive means it differentiates between the capital letters and small letters. Fine. But the good part is we can make them in case sensitive as well. So all we have to do is we have to use a modifier. A modifier is actually used to make modifications in the search. So what we have to do is we have to write here in the beginning, we have to write a single letter, and in this case we'll write here I, because this modifier will tell the system that there will be no problem with the case sensitivity of the word now. It will work fine, and if we save this program we can see we have the output as index 8. Now if we change this string and we'll write here something other than this, so we'll write here HELLO, but the 3 letters of this word are capital letters. So save it now, and you can see we have the output as index 36. So this is working fine. Now one last situation is if we write here more than one hello in a single string. So if we write here hello and welcome to our YouTube channel. Now there are 2 hello words present in a single string. Save it, and you can see we have the word hello at index 0. So it will return the first hello word in the string. Now if we want to get access of the second hello, and if we write here this piece of code again, what we are expecting is we are expecting it to give us the index of second hello as well, but it will not happen. Save it, and you can see it will give the index of first hello twice. You can see here we have index as 0 in both the arrays, right? So it will not work. Now the solution to this problem is modifiers again. What we have to do is we have to use another modifier here. Now we have to write here the letter G and save it. Now this is returning null because we have the string wrong here. So we have to write here hello because we have removed the in case sensitive modifier. Save it now, and you can see we have both the hello words with indexes as 0 and 46 respectively. So this global modifier tells the system that the word is now global, and if you find the word once and the user tries the exec function again, then the second time you should return the index value of the second word. So this is how it actually works. Now the following function we are going to discuss is a pretty simple one, the test function. Now this function returns either true or false, nothing else. This function checks for a particular word that if the word exists in a string, then it will return true, otherwise false. It will not return the index value or some sort of other things. It deals with the boolean value only, that is true or false. So that's it for the function. Let's see how this function works actually. So what we'll do is we'll mention here this test function and we'll comment this piece of code so that there will be no confusion. We'll comment it out. Now we'll go through the syntax of this test function. The syntax is pretty easy. We'll use the output variable again, and we'll write here variable name dot function name, and the string name will be passed as a parameter. Now the next thing we'll do is we'll write here console.log and we'll print this on a console. Fine. So this is the syntax for test function. Save it, and here you can see in the console that for the word hello it returns true. If we change this word here to something else, like if we write here hi instead of hello. Save it, and you can see the output is changed to false because hi is not there inside a string, right? Because hi does not exist according to this string. So this is how the test function actually works. Now, one more thing I want to mention here about the test function is if we write here some part of a word, not the whole word, but some part. So let's say if we write here ELL. Now this is the part of hello word. Now what if we save this? You can see the output here is true. That's because the test function checks for every letter, and if it finds these 3 letters in any word, it will return true in that case as well. Fine. Next up, we have another function to use with the regular expressions in JavaScript. Now the next function's name is match function. I'll write it here. First I'll comment these 2 statements, and then I'll write here the name of this function. So the name is match. Now this match function returns an array of results, otherwise null. The syntax for this function is exactly opposite from the previous functions, because we'll pass the regular expression as a parameter to this function now, and the function will be used along with the string. So it is completely opposite to the syntax we used for the previous 2 functions. So we'll write here for this, we'll use the output variable again. We'll write here where output, and instead of regex we'll use it with the string. So we'll write here str1.match, and the variable name will be passed as a parameter. Fine. So this is how the syntax for match function looks like. It's exactly opposite to the syntax we used for previous 2 functions. The next line will remain the same. We'll write here console.log and we'll print output on a screen. Fine. Now we have to do one more thing here. What's that is, we have to remove this modifier from here and we have to write here hello. So save it, and you can see we have an array over here. Now what if we want to find both the words in a string? If we want to check if there's more than one word with the similar name. So what we have to do is we have to write here G, and if you save it now, you can see the output is completely changed, and now we have an array with 2 similar words. What if we add another hello here? So let's say we have another hello here. Save it, and you can see here the array size is increased to 3 now. Now we are left with one more method, and the method we are going to discuss now is pretty important because we'll use this method in future as well. So the last method is the replace method, which is used to replace something from a string. We can either replace the first matching word or all the matching words from a string. If we are using the global modifier, then all the words will be replaced. Otherwise the first matching word will be replaced. So the syntax for this method goes like this. What we have to do is, so let's comment it out first and we'll go through the syntax of final method. So the final method is replace method. Fine. So the syntax goes like this. We'll use the output variable again, and we'll write here str1 dot replace because we want to replace something in that particular string. The first parameter will be the variable name. We'll write here regex, comma, and then we'll pass the word we want to change. So hello will be changed with, let's say in this case, hi. Fine. Now check over here that if we are using any modifier, so we are using global modifier here. Now if we print this on a console, if we write a console.log and we are writing here output, if we save it now, we'll get to know that all the hello words in the string are replaced with the word hi. Save it, and you can see over here that hi and welcome to our YouTube channel. Say hi if you are new here, and then we have a hi. You can see that all the hello words are replaced with the word hi. Now if we remove this global modifier from here and if we save it now, you can see only the first hello word is replaced. The other hello words are here and there will be no change in them because we are not using the global modifier now. So for now we have discussed all the methods we'll require in future videos. I hope you guys got it. We'll discuss more about regular expressions in the upcoming videos as well. So that's all for this video guys. See you in the next one where we will go through meta characters in regular expressions. If you liked this video, do give it a thumbs up. If you have any doubts, do let us know in the comments below. Share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe Simply Code. Thank you.